Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I want to talk about noise pollution. I'm always trying to learn new things, and this is something I, until super recently, didn't know very much about. So I did some reading, some researching, and now I want to talk a little bit about what it is and who it affects, why it's a problem. Yeah. Before I get into this video, I'm really dehydrated, so I'm going to drink this cup of water, and I encourage you to also drink your water today. And switching back to caffeine. All right, so noise pollution. What is it? It is considered to be any unwanted or disturbing sound that affects the health and well-being of humans and other organisms. It's also sometimes called sound pollution or environmental noise. The World Health Organization declared it a pollutant in 1974. Nope, 1972. And since then, it's been considered one of our main sources of pollution. So as many of us know, sound is measured in decibels. A whisper is about 30 decibels, normal talking like this is about 60, a thunderclap then is about 120 decibels, and a siren is around 130. Sounds that reach 85 decibels or higher can be harmful to your ears, so that's lawnmowers and rock concerts and subway trains. Okay, so I kind of knew this, like yes, of course, loud sounds hurt your ears, but why is it considered pollution? Well, it turns out it goes deeper than just hurting your ears. Noise pollution is associated with several health conditions, many health conditions actually, like heart disease, hypertension, high stress levels, tinnitus, hearing loss, sleep disturbances, high blood pressure, quicker cognitive decline, anxiety, and depression. Not good. So I wanted to also see who this affects the most, and I've been trying to dive into different aspects of environmental racism. Just a note. I don't know. I just want to say that I want to point out the fact that it is a privilege for me to be able to learn about environmental racism and not be on the forefront of its effects and be just like living within that on a daily basis. So if you're learning about it too, note that privilege. So I wanted to see if noise pollution affected communities of color disproportionately like other aspects of environmental racism. I found a study that was led by researchers at UC Berkeley who were the first ones to really look at this correlation between noise pollution and racial disparities and the extent to which noise pollution harms segregated communities. We know that poor communities and communities of color are more affected by landfills and toxic air pollutants. And if you wanted to learn more about that, I have a video all about the environmental racism in the plastic industry that goes into all that. Go check it out. But this study found that these disparities were consistent when looking at noise pollution as well. The study showed that noise levels were higher in predominantly Asian, Black, and Hispanic communities. And it also found that white residents in highly segregated metropolitan areas were also exposed to higher levels of noise pollution than white residents in less segregated communities. Yet another reason why segregation is harmful to everybody. Part of all this, I was wondering kind of why this was the case. Part of this is due to the fact that in these segregated areas and because of things like food deserts, having access to basic needs where you are, the people in these communities have to drive more often, and just literally having more cars on the street driving around adds to a lot of the noise pollution. Can't talk about pollution without talking about the environment. Just like there's harmful effects of noise pollution on our own brains and bodies, the same is the case. Is that how you say that? Yeah, the same is the case. It's the same case. Animals also experience it. Research has shown that noise pollution can elevate the heartbeats of caterpillars. It has caused bluebirds to have fewer chicks. A lot of animals rely on echolocation or just sound vibrations for their migratory patterns, and that is affected obviously by a lot of noise pollution. And when animals are affected, this also affects plants obviously because they rely on the animals to pollinate, and so it can take way longer for trees and other plants to grow from seedlings to adult plants. It's also a big problem in oceans. So like ships, oil drills, sonar devices, these all contribute to noise pollution in our oceans, with whales and dolphins being particularly affected by noise pollution. Again, these animals rely on echolocation to navigate, to find mates, to find food. So that is obviously very harmful for them. So there we go, noise pollution. That's about it. I was trying to look up like what can we do to solve the problem, because I'm always kind of looking at like small things we can do. Not a lot. Unfortunately, everything was like soundproof your room, buy earplugs. Good things to do for your own well-being and health, for sure. Also, just be aware of the sound you produce. You don't want to add any noise pollution to your own community, to your neighborhood. Yeah, it's just about like being conscious really about what you are subjected to and what you're subjecting others to when it comes to noise pollution. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have like, take these steps and you will help reduce noise pollution for all. Not really, unfortunately. I'm sure you can talk to like your local officials and things. I think it's mostly local governments, neighborhood kind of governments that create guidelines for noise levels in neighborhoods and communities. So maybe if you live in somewhere with a lot of noise pollution, talking to them, but like otherwise I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know. But if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. I would love to learn more. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching today. I felt like this was a really random topic, but it's something that I just, didn't know about, wanted to know about, and then I wanted to share about. Please hit the like button and help me out, and hit subscribe and ring the little bell if you haven't yet, and I will see you on Thursday. Peace. Bye. I don't know why I said peace. Bye. Correlations between noise pollution. Research has shown, I can't say the word research today.